I'm sorry we couldn't figure out how to get the other one started. It's sitting there and I can't start it, so I have to start a new stream. So, well, we got a new camera anyway, so that's a little better. Sit down, Sharon. Okay, so there's nobody out there. Yeah, it's so we just got this old engine running, so we're kind of happy about that. And can't see you, so you're right behind. What?
Right in the picture.
Yeah. All right, so we got a little bit. Hope you can hear the sound. All right, can you hear the sound? Okay, cool. Yeah, we've got the sound that we usually use for doing our videos and stuff, and we're using our GoPro camera, so we got better sound and better stuff. So thanks, Sharon. Actually, she helped me out there and figured it all out. Kind of frustrating because we had this live stream set up to go after the premiere, starting to get to it and can't figure out how to start it. So we started a new stream. So hope you guys aren't too pissed off at us. All right, you look like Talbot Hoffman. Well, the problem with the hair, it's just got to go straight up. And Sharon, well, we did some. Sharon cut it. That's okay. I'm happy with it. I'm just not mad or nothing. It looks good, eh? Better than having the hair stand straight up. Hi from Texas. How you doing? Hi from Romania. I hope you guys enjoyed the seeing our old Ruston or engine running. It was kind of pretty cool. We got 3 of them, so it was one that we bought from an auction. This guy was a little miner and collected all this stuff, and it turned over okay, but we never had it run before. So my buddy Ben was here, and we did some exploring, and we got the old girl running. So we're kind of happy about that. I'm kind of thinking this camera should be somewhere else, but I don't know.
That's what I'm just gonna see.
Looks kind of weird, eh? Maybe. I don't know if that looks better. I guess it's all right, eh?
Or you could put it on the top of the monitor.
Yeah, that seems to be all right. Hi from Illinois. So you guys getting lots of snow here. Winter, hopefully winter's going to be over pretty soon. It's getting a little bit warmer here. So stone cold mine. My ears are lower. They are. Yeah. You guys remember the old show Kojak there, Telly Savalas? All right, so what do you guys think of that, of the engine there? So we kind of like to be kind of cool if we could have hooked it up to an air compressor so we could use the compressed air to run the other stuff we got in the museum. Like I've got the mucker there's air powered, and the chainsaw, and then also the drill and stuff. So it'd be cool if we could fire that up and then have it running a bunch of other stuff in the museum that runs off compressed air for the tour. So that'd be pretty cool. So I didn't really have that much hair to cut off. Yeah, it looks different, but yeah, this isn't actually even a real short setting. Yeah, okay, so anything else you guys want to ask other than my hair? I won't be cutting my beard anytime soon, so. She did a grand job. Yeah, we got these, when I was a rancher, we had these clippers for cutting the hair off. We had one for cutting hair off cattle, so the branches show up better. Didn't work all that good for that, so. Yeah, wow, it's brighter. Yeah, well, we're using it kind of took us
up. You need to move it, but.
Move it where?
I don't know.
Where do you want to move it?
I thought we were gonna.
Well, we don't have a longer cord than that, so you're stuck with it. Okay. So that's the longest cord that we got. So. Oh, it's not bad. I mean, better than the old. Before, you guys kept saying we got to change our camera and stuff, but the other computer just had well, that was making difference. The old computer just had a built-in camera and a mic, so it was really crappy. So this is a little better. Greetings from Switzerland. Yeah, I'd like to hope you can visit your museum sometime. Yeah, we don't get a lot of people that come in the wintertime because it's cold in there. But in summertime, we get some people coming, and of course, then we have to kind of coordinate it with our mine exploring stuff too, eh? So, but we don't have regular hours. But usually, if you just phone us and we're going to be around, then we'll be more than happy to show you. Like you're getting more and more stuff in it, and then we're planning on building a tram this year for it, so that's kind of exciting. Hi guys, hi from Michigan. Hi. So we're trying to look into getting into the States. It doesn't seem to be that bad traveling around there with COVID. It's actually Canada's worse. Coming back into Canada, you have to get a hotel for 3 days at a government COVID hotel and have a negative test and a bunch of other stuff. So it seems to be a little bit easier in the States getting around. But still, before you fly, you can't drive down there. You can fly down to the States, but you have to have negative COVID test before you can get on a plane. Give those guys a heart attack the other day when you scared them to death. That video was a couple of years old. So the reason we shot that video is because it was like a 3-part series. We talked with Hal about the whole history of the mine and Klondike silver and all that. And then that video, we went up through the Hope Route, which is a mine underneath where the Savannah is, where they're mining. And then this next Friday, we're going to see the whole thing of Savannah. That's a really cool video, the Savannah, because believe it or not, there's 2 scoop trams in there from the 70s. A whole shit of there's locomotives in there, muckers, slushers, and just all kinds of really cool stuff. And it's almost like a museum. It's an old mine, but this company has fixed the whole thing up, so it's all shored up. So it's like a modern operating mine, except they're actually not taking any ore out of there. So that's pretty cool. They did a nice job in there. Top of the day from Arizona. Hello from Arizona. Hey Frank, how you doing? My dad used to work for Astro as a mechanic on the buses that took them into the mines. A Sarco, I've never heard of that mine before. Yeah. So I hope you guys are all enjoying the winter and looking forward to some springtime weather. We've been into quite a few mines in the wintertime that we know where they are. It's hard to find new mines because you can't see the waste rock and stuff like that, right? So, but you can get into the old mines that you can get that you know where they are. So, too much problem. We'll do a bit more sledding maybe with the skidoo and check out some mines. Trying to get an angle that makes us look better. Well, Sharon looks good. Me,
I'm trying to get
I'm
away.
bald.
Trying to get away from it.
Hi, Sharon and Frank from New Hampshire. Hello. Up here, well, over 40 degrees in Minnesota.
Wow.
Now we're on the Celsius scale, so but yeah, I know that's just above freezing, so that's not bad. You seem very relaxed in your videos. Are you really relaxed, or are you tense when you enter dangerous passages? No, I'm not tense. We spend lots of time in mines, so sometimes when you're going down like a real steep on a road where it's real steep and stuff. But where in Canada is your mining school? Yeah, we don't have a mining school. You guys got to see something. I got to show you my wallpaper here. It's really cool. And I didn't put this wallpaper up, but here it is. See, look. And people don't realize this, but the 7 dwarfs are all miners, right? So that's pretty cool. There's Grumpy. There's me, Grumpy. Bashful, happy, and all them. Yeah, that's a good angle, eh? Ah, nice. Hey, Frank, Sharon, hope you're both well and keeping safe. Yeah, we are, as well as we can get, I guess. How long till a mine stream? Well, I don't know how you could possibly stream inside of a mine because obviously you can't get GPS position or that just don't work. Shout out for me, and that's why a video camera, captures it, and then you can release it later and put it on stream. Right? Like I say, I'm impressed with the video quality. Usually it's pretty fuzzy. But it's kind of funny. It must be a trick of the camera. It makes my beard look gray. I don't know what the heck is. Usually it doesn't look that gray. Getting old. Have you heard of the Camburn School of Mines? Shout out from Maine. I have not. When's a big day going to be now, Frank? Every day when you're above ground is a big day. No beer today. Oh well, it's the day's young. I'm thinking there's going to be beer in a future forecast. A Sarco American smelting and refining company based in Tucson. So Tucson's area we haven't got to yet, but big fan from Hull, Quebec. I was born in Quebec, in Montreal, Chomedy actually. So I guess, I don't know, go back to stuff. There's a lot of Canadian Shield, there's a lot of hard rock mines, and probably a lot of flooded mines in Quebec, I'm thinking. People are always asking us to go to different places to explore mines, but we've got thousands of mines within, say, 12-hour drive from here. So, yeah. Any special care when you store your ropes? Okay, well, here our ropes are always wet. So we bring them in here in this studio here and stick them by the register and dry them out. For nothing else, it makes them a lot lighter because they get pretty heavy with all the moisture and stuff. Love your videos, 5, 6 of them, and my anxiety gets to me. Yeah, well, I mean, I guess that's entertainment. Actually, to be honest with you, sometimes when I'm editing a video and I know what happened, I'm kind of getting sweaty and nervous. So I don't blame you because you guys don't know what happened and I know what happened because I'm sitting here editing it. So, yeah, it can be exciting. So we're going to try something new. We've got some other cameras. So we have a little camera here that, so we use this big guy most of the time. And the reason we like this camera is because it works good in low light, Panasonic, whatever. Here, we'll show it to you. We like this camera because it works pretty good in low light, and it has like a big LED, so it kind of helps out a lot. I can turn it on here for a sec. You can see there's quite a bit of light there. So we use that camera quite a bit, but the problem is, as you probably realize, when you're wandering around in a mine, it's good for shooting something stable. It works good in low light and all that, but when you're wandering around, you get this bounce and stuff, right? So there's a new camera that works the same as the drone. Let's see, here it is. And it's actually hard to believe, the drone gives you really good quality video, but there's a little camera like this guy here that we just bought. We're kind of fooling around with it. We really like it because it's really stable. It's got like an axis, right? So you can bounce around. It doesn't move much, right? The problem is the sound's shitty on these little guys. And you got a little tiny little screen. So we're going to fool around, and I've got the mic you're listening to right now. We're going to get an adapter and put it in here. So we're going to try doing it that way. So I don't know. So we keep trying around different stuff there, trying to do better stuff. And the other thing is, you guys probably seen this, but another thing that's pretty important in cameras is lights. And this is well, thanks for the donation there. Appreciate it. With the lights and stuff, so the trouble is, people think, well, more light the better, but that's not necessarily the case. You need enough light because you get too much, it washes it out. But this is a really cool light. We did a little video on it, and so we're using that a fair bit, but we're learning not to use too much light. So you just need the right amount of light. So
we're supposed to say hi to Michelle and Jason.
Oh, hello, Michelle and Jason. And yeah, about the 360 camera. So we also got a 360 camera, but it's a real pain to edit it because you're shooting all around 360 degrees, and then you have to do these waypoints and all that. So it's really slow. But I'm not really much of a computer geek. But we have it, and it does some real cool stuff. It's really cool for going down shafts and stuff. So, well, if we get more patience or more time, maybe we can do more of that kind of stuff. But the Pocket 2. I know we're gonna fool around. We're not really sure if the quality is going to be there, but I think the stabilization being better, it's probably going to be good. We're going to like that. So we use the whole light. So we get all kinds of people. Different companies sent us lights. Some of them we wouldn't even use. We didn't like them, and if I don't think they're safe, I'm not going to put them on there. We really don't want to preview any more lights. I mean, we got piles of lights that got them given to us, and we're happy with the ones that we got. I don't know if but the other thing is, the Fenix is going to come up with a new light that it lasts longer and is brighter. So it's going to be probably better than the old one we used in our headlamp, which we really liked. So we're good. Greetings from Norway. We're enjoying a show on Netflix with one of the guys from The Sopranos there. It's called Lilyhammer. So I think it's a really cool show on Netflix. So it's shot in Norway, right? So, all right. Good afternoon. Great content. Thank you. Waterproof suit. Yeah. So that's it's always kind of a struggle, what to bring into mines because especially with roping down or going in there, all this stuff weighs a lot. So you don't want to bring more crap than you need. what do you use for a gas monitor? So we used to buy had just an oxygen monitor. So now we got, I don't know where it is. It's not around. It's somewhere in my desk.
Oh, it's in your vest pocket.
So we just bought one from China or something, a 4-gas monitor. It seems to work pretty good. The problem is you got to charge it up before you go, and you got to remember to shut it off. Where the other type that we had, just and they're hard to find now. It's only good for gas, but you turn it on once and it lasts for 2 years. So we've never had a monitor go off for anything except low oxygen, and that doesn't happen very often, but it does happen sometimes. Love Sharon's photos. What a great job she does. She's a share professional, and she doesn't really believe that. She doesn't think she's much of a photographer, but lots of people tell her otherwise, and I do too. So thanks for complimenting on it. And the one thing is, it does take quite a long time, and I'm not the most patient person. And she takes a lot of pictures, but I think it's well worth the effort. Would you use a submarine drone? I don't know. We got so much junk now. We can't figure it all out and run it. I don't think so. I think I know that one of the companies offered to send us one, and we never did get it. So it's probably not on the rise. But I said the same thing with the drone. I wasn't going to get a drone, and I've had 4 of them so far. So, but the drone does do a good job. What kind of beer do the miners drink? Is it still brewed? Well, most everywhere they mine, they had breweries closer to the mines back, 100 years ago. They didn't truck, beer halfway across the country. They had local breweries everywhere. So whatever the local thing was, the kind of beer that they had there usually.
This guy says there's tons of mines around Congress, Arizona.
Yeah,
That?
I've heard of it. Yeah, yeah, there's lots of places to go for mines, but the problem is, like I say, it's tough to get into the States. You can't take our. So when we bought this new truck here, it's really cool. And then so we got a Dodge 5500. What have we got? I can't quite show it to you. It's really cool, anyways. And we're getting a new side by side, a Polaris Ultimate. So it's got a cab and stuff in it. So we've got lots of cool equipment to do more stuff with. But so if you can't drive in the States, it's kind of shitty because there's no place to stay down there, because we're usually in the backcountry, middle of nowhere. So you want to drive back and forth and hotels, and you don't have your quad and all your equipment and all that. So it's really kind of tough just to fly down there and do that. Where's your border collie? Well, he had an accident and he fell down a 600-foot mine shaft about 3 years ago. So he's still there. Do you have any tattoos? I do have some, yeah. Colors covered the Western USA back then. Coors, probably made Coors, right?
Oh,
So
maybe.
I watch mining videos all the time. It's usually yours.
Yeah, Coors.
Well, thanks. BLM land is free. Yeah, it's like here in Canada too. It's called Crown land here. So yeah, you can do pretty much. You can travel on it or whatever, do whatever you want with it. Not whatever you want with it, but you know what I mean. What's the worst thing you found? I don't know. Crap, dead bodies. I don't know. I'm not sure. What did you look like when you had a full set of hair? Actually, I'll show you. Well, it's been a few years, but when I was 18, it looked like this.
Things over there, the camera.
When I was still smoking, when I was 18. Do you still pilot your plane? No, we got a powered parachute. We're having a few issues with to get the RPMs set up properly on it. So we'll be flying that next year. So we got to take it to the Rotex dealer, and hopefully we can't get the RPM to work properly. It's there's 2 sets of coils in it, and power is going from one coil to the other. So we got to fool around with that a little bit, and we'll be flying it next year. It's not really. It's like I don't know if you Google powered parachute, you know what it was. If you don't know what it is. What security measures do you use before going to mines? Not much. Yeah, we just try to make sure we got all our stuff. before we go down. If we're using our rope climb and stuff, we kind of do a check, make sure we have everything we need. And, our lights, most of our work is actually done the day before we go into a mine. So like typically the day before, you'd have to make sure all the stuff's all charged and in the truck and all that. So we're not in a big rush and kind of plan it all ahead of time. And then it's just a matter of going. So it's all planted. Do you collect ore samples from the explorers? We do not, because we're not mining, and we don't own the minerals. So just about all the mines we go into, they are owned by somebody. So if somebody owns a mine, they have the exclusive right to the minerals. So you're actually stealing by taking rocks or minerals or whatever from a mine. You're not stealing by taking old junk laying around there that somebody else abandoned, but by taking the minerals you are. So we don't do that. And what's the point anyhow? So we took a sample, got a sample, paid a bunch of money, we'll tell you how much gold or silver was in it. It's not our gold or silver, so what do we care, right? Have you ever thought about recovering Max's body? And I don't know, it doesn't make any sense to me to go 600 feet down, straight down a shaft to take a dead dog that's all rotten, full of maggots, and bury him in another hole. He might as well just stay where he is.
The biggest mine you've been in?
The biggest mine we've been in. Well, we've been in some big ones. Probably Phoenix is probably the biggest one that we've made a show about. Let's put it that way. Yeah. Stay tuned if you want to see some bigger ones than that.
The Privateer mine and the Spud mine.
Those are two mines I haven't heard of.
Says you guys can drive right to. I was in them a few years ago.
Yeah. So one of the bigger mines that we've been into last year was the Jersey Emerald. It had 12 miles of. It was a large, like a modern mine from the 70s, where they used trackless, which trucks basically to go in there. And we had our side by side, and we spent all day bombing around there. And there was 12 miles of tunnels there, so that's a pretty big mine. But they're not really that interesting. It's like the other one we were in, the Caroline mines. We were in there, I don't know, a couple months ago. It's kind of cool, but it doesn't have the neat stuff of the small ones. The small ones are more interesting. I guess everything has its charms, eh? But we like that kind of the really old stuff like that. The most interesting thing is the square set. If you see old mines from around the turn of the century, late 1800s, early 1900s, you see the square set, which is almost like a Lego set where they make all the logs and they notch the ends of the logs and they put the whole thing together. And then you see all the old technology machines and handmade nails and all that kind of stuff. It's pretty cool. So you guys seen that? If you've seen that video that we just released about that motor, there was one time we found an old hit and miss motor inside of mine, and this guy watched my video, and he went in there and got it, took it out, took it all apart, got it all running. So I thought that was pretty cool. So, hello from Auburn, California, guys. Hello, Robert. Gold Mines and Ghost Trails. Bill Barley has an episode on Google. It was a very big mine, the Spud mine that's up the road. Okay, I hadn't seen that one. Actually, he's from Grand Forks, so he lived here in the same town that we lived when he was around. What was the coal mine we visited? We went into Bellevue, which is right on the BC Alberta border. The Hillcrest is there, which was the site of Canada's largest mine disaster. I think 178 people or something died there in a big explosion and a fire there. Just watched the kid that went in the Mexican 600-foot shaft. That was wild. Yeah. So I don't know which one you saw. It was the one maybe a couple of years ago that we went down there and did that. But he's back there. And then, so if you Google Gabe Romo, and he's back at a shaft that's right beside that. And he went down there and he had run into some trouble. He lost his camera and his lights, a bunch of stuff. And some other Mexican guys come and helped him out. And they spent 9 hours. They went way down the shaft to try to recover all that stuff. So we're just kind of coming in touch with him and just kind of asking me what to do. And so it's kind of fun. What brand are your ascenders and descenders? So we use the Petzl rig as a descender. For the descender, we're not that fussy on them. I think we've got a couple. They're all kind of similar. We've got a couple different ones. We've been in caves in Kern County. We've been in very few caves and never been to Kern County. Love the pants.
Kevin.
I love the pants video, sir. Are they original? Where you boys climbed to the top, found hydro hammers and all the pants? I don't know, dynamite. I'm not sure what he's talking about.
Different videos he's watched.
Yeah, I live in England. I have some mines that are like 1 to 2,000 feet deep. Yeah, I guess when you get a long ways down, the furthest river went down was 1,500 feet, but it takes a long time because you got so many ropes and you got time together, and you got to bring all that rope in and bundling it all up, taking it out. So it takes a long time to get stuff in and out. It's not straight up and down, but yeah. Have you ever used a metal detector in the tailings? Well, tailings, okay, well, people confuse waste rock with tailings. So tailings would be what comes out of a mill. So it just looks like sand. It's really fine, flowery stuff. There's probably not going to be nothing in it. Maybe you're talking about waste rock. I don't know. Gabe forgot his luck dynamite stick in the hat. Yeah, yeah, he found an old stick of dynamite in the bottom of the mine, and he stuck in his hat and brought it up. But it didn't have any nitroglycerin on it. It was all kind of dried out. So Antiox is my favorite so far. Yeah, it's one of my favorites too. And kind of an update on Antiox. So Kevin, that we went into Antiox with, he is probably going to be taking over that slag. He's a mine manager now, and he's probably going to be in charge and be the only guy living in Antioch. And so they ship the slag out of there. They have a big barge that comes in and load up slag 5 or 6 times a year. So that's probably going to be his job. So he'll be the new caretaker of Antioch. So hopefully we'll get there and go visit him. Excuse me.
Bless you.
And check out some more mines at Antioch. Ever think about the old mines in the UK? Well, I mean, that's about as far away from here as you can get. So there's a lot more mines closer. Oh, got a parcel. Yeah, so there's obviously it's cheaper and easier to explore mines close to where you live than it is to go halfway around the globe. Well, and it's difficult actually traveling a long ways because to get information on mines from a long ways away. So, do you ever get stuck in a mine? We've been getting a little bit. We've had some problems. We got a little confused and a little bit lost, but not stuck in a mine, no. Do you do any more work with abandoned and forgotten? No. We're kind of in touch with them and chat with them once in a while, but we haven't been down in the States since we left last March because the border's been closed. Yeah. Your closest call near death, that wasn't in a mine. A bulldozer ran over me and crushed my legs. I think that's my closest call. Well, I don't know. There's a couple of plane crashes. Maybe that. I don't know. None of them count. It's only like in horseshoes and hand grenades. Close doesn't count. Have you thought about visiting Cerro Gordo and going through some of the mines? Brad on YouTube is, yeah. Actually, we did reach out to him a bunch of times, but he's never gotten back to us. And it was kind of funny. I think the guy's a bit of a phony, actually. We watched a video of somebody that went to Cerro Gordo and helped him. We kind of like his videos, but so there's a video of a guy that went to Cerro Gordo and was helping fix up the old whorehouse there. And him and his girlfriend were there, and they spent all day, and they sifted a whole bunch of stuff, and they worked on it. And they did a video about it. And then Brent did a video of doing the exact same thing, except he cut them out of it. And he said, "Oh, he's the only one there and doing it all by himself." So he doesn't mind having people coming up there and helping him provoke Cerro Gordo, but he doesn't want anyone else on it. So what you see on there is a bunch of malarkey, as far as I'm concerned. But whatever. I shouldn't say nasty things about other YouTubers. Seems like a nice guy. So somebody said something about a dog called Max. What happened to it? Well, it's not a video or anything, but so we were up there checking out a tram up at the Jersey Emerald, and there's an overpass that goes to a lower level. So the dog went in this little hole, and he ran over the overpass, and it was a rotten piece of wood, and he fell through there. And he fell 600 feet down the overpass. So yeah, you shouldn't. The reason I'm telling you that is you shouldn't take dogs into mines, which people told me that before. But the thing is, they don't have the common sense that people do. Well, some people don't have much more common sense than a dog, but generally speaking, when you're walking along and you're near a cliff, you want to stay back from the edge, or if you see some rotten boards or something, you're not going to stand over them. The dog is not really able to determine whether something is solid or safe or not, and sometimes they pay the price. Yeah, that was that. Ever think about getting another Max? Well, no, because I wouldn't I learned from my mistakes. I wouldn't take another dog in a mine. So, see, the thing was about that dog. I mean, he kind of hung around with me all the time on the ranch, and he was used to being with me all the time, and he hated getting left at home, and he loved going in mines. So, he just kind of felt sorry for him and took him with him all the time. And the problem is, he was comfortable in the dark. He'd get ahead of the flashlight, so they kept calling back all the time. So he'll run along there, and you can't even see where he's running. So, it's just too dangerous to have a dog in a mine unless you want to have a leash. It's just too much of a pain. You shouldn't take a dog in a mine. Where did you and Sharon meet? She's gonna tell us?
No.
Same way you and I met. Same way. I saw this video where a person took their dog in and wandered off, and somehow it died randomly. Yeah, in a mine. You ever been in a mine where you wanted to start, you got to pick and start mining because it looks so promising? Well, I probably know more about minerals and mining than most people do that watch these videos. Lots of times, you get people comment and say, "Oh, you passed some gold on the wall of the mine." Well, it's very rare that you would ever see any visible gold in a mine. In a bad mine, I'd say virtually never going to happen. Even back when they mined most of those mines, most of the gold is microscopic. So when the miners seen it, they knew what kind of ore was likely to have gold in it. They took an assayer. An assayer would have to tell them it was actually good ore or not, whether it was worth mining. Just like on Gold Rush, where Parker goes in some gravel, he says, "Oh, looks like good gravel," and then he pans it, and then he counts how many flakes there is. He doesn't know just by looking at the gravel if there's any gold in it or not. So you really couldn't determine what, if any, gold there was in there just by looking at the ore. Any plans to revisit the Ladder from Hell? It was incredibly thrilling video. Oh, that's in Sandon. So yeah, we'll be doing more. You'll be seeing more of that. Well, next week you'll see a really exciting video from Sandon. So you always use a oxygen meter. We do, yeah. We always bring it in with us. How many animals have you seen in a mine? Okay, well, we saw porcupine, rats, mine cats, and that's about it, I guess, and bats, I guess. Yeah, bats, lots of bats. What did those miners think when you first appeared? Well, they said they thought I was a ghost because they didn't know where we came from, that they joined into another mine. And of course, they'd never seen anyone underground. So all of a sudden, when they started seeing a light way back in the mine, they got scared. That's what they told me, anyways. Would you visit the UK? Well, maybe probably the best scenario that we'd end up going on an excursion like that is if some TV show or something says, "Well, we want to hire you to come do something," or so we got paid to do something like that. So that's what we'd probably the most likely scenario where we go on an exotic vacation or like that. So we might go to New Zealand one day. We talked to some pretty cool people there, and I know Ben, the guy that was in that video with that engineer, he's been in New Zealand. There's some cool mines around there. Besides the workers, have you ever ran into other people in the mine? We did at Phoenix one time there. We've up there, it's a big mine. So I think since I've been going there, lots of people watch the videos and people go in there sometimes. Worst equipment failure. Oh, I don't.
Failure by getting your beard stuck.
Getting my beard stuck in it. Yeah, getting stuck in a center, descender up and yeah. It's a mine cat, the same as a ring-tailed cat found in Arizona. Yeah, it's the same thing. It's another name for it. And that's actually the national mammal or whatever, Arizona. So they're really cool. They're quite friendly. There's a guy in Quartzsite that wanders around there and has one for a pet. Hey, Frank, does your back hurt from dragging those brass balls? They're titanium, they're not brass. Have you seen Lost Mines in Wales? Nope. Would love to see it in New Zealand looking at our mines. Oh, you might possibly do that, in the wintertime sometime. And we're always looking for something to do in the winter. Great mines in Australia too. Freaking hot in Australia. That guy's telling me, so, it's been like 3 weeks since it's been, below 40 degrees. Hello, greetings from Oregon, brother. Greetings. Hello, Oregon. Yeah. You switched channel names some years ago. What was that about? Well, okay, there's another channel called Exploring Abandoned Mines, and then so my channel is called Exploring Abandoned Mines in BC. So then he changed his name to Exploring Abandoned Mines in Unusual Places. And I thought, well, he doesn't want that name. I'd rather have that than Exploring Mines in BC, so that's what it should. Just shorter and sweeter. Like Sharon, short and sweet.
They're asking about the sketchiest mine you've ever explored.
No, there's one that Sharon and I went into that is called the Dundee.
Dundee.
Yeah, it was pretty bad. It said we had to rope down about 600 feet down, and the water's pouring down there. It's real steep, and there's a whole bunch of loose rock there, and a big boulders hit me in the shoulder and left my arm all black and blue. And I didn't think we should go back into that one. I thought that was a little too sketchy. Ever explored gem mines, opals? Nope. Australia has the most iron reserves in the world, I heard. And you don't only explore in BC, so it fits better. Yeah. Yeah, well, we started off just in BC, and then I've been all over North America now, in Mexico and the States, Canada. Sharon is a true trooper. She is. She's a brave girl. My wingman partner. England has a lot of zinc mines. Actually, Great Britain had a lot of coal mines. I think about, say, 20 or 30% of the population at one time was engaged in mining. You should turn that light on, maybe. Or this one. Does this one work? Yeah. You look any better? Not much.
I think if you put the camera up, it will
Up,
look
put the
better.
camera up. Is that better? Now we're just looking at our light. Yeah. It's all right, I guess.
I don't know.
Pretty hard to make a silk purse out of this house, yeah.
Maybe it's the screen that's dirty.
Yeah, maybe. We can try different things. We'll smarten it up a little. We'll go there because it's of course not long enough.
Oh, right.
All right, so Europe has a lot of zinc mines, Utah and uranium mines. This dude is the shit. That's not very nice. Don't forget to like and subscribe. Yeah, that's way nicer. No questions. Just want to say, love your channel. Thanks, guys. Always. Thank you. Appreciate it. Lots of coal. You see a lot of Prince Albert tins in Canada. Tons in U.S. mines. No, we don't see a lot in Canada. We have seen lots in America when we were there too. That's true.
Somebody from Prince George was saying hi, but I missed it.
Oh. The Pharaoh is an important one. Silver Channel, where gold was deposited. Have you thought about using an RC with GoPro in some of the tight places? Well, I don't know how that would really work, but we don't really see that many tight places. I think you should come to the UK and check out some of the big mines. Yeah, like well, with the travel restrictions, it's difficult to get anywhere, and there's so many great mines in America actually, and they're a lot closer. Like I said, they got the big advantage of being able to take our truck and our side by side and all our equipment and stuff there. If you're flying somewhere, it's you can't do that, so it makes it more difficult. Make any finder's fee on those blue jeans? No, we didn't get nothing for them. We did find a pair of a denim jacket in a mine the other day. So we'll show it to you one of these days. Don't know if it's worth anything, but we don't really care either. Maybe we should go down and fund me page so you come to New Zealand, Australia. That Anzacs would love to meet you. Yeah, there was a guy that used to comment on our stuff all the time, and he was on Gold Rush. He took Parker into a mine there. It was a rope guy. His name was Romo. So he was a pretty cool guy down there. Went a whole bunch of mines there. I haven't talked to him for a while. My dad showed me the biggest mine in Europe, and it wasn't fenced off. There's lots of big mines in Russia, I think. I'd love to pay you to go on a tour with you. We don't normally take people on tours because, then we're responsible for them. And most people, they don't have the skills and the equipment that we have. So, we do a lot of rope work and stuff going to some of these nasty places. If you don't got the skills and equipment, it's fairly dangerous. FedEx flashlight code yet? I don't know if we're gonna get one. They sent me a thing back and they said, well, yeah, maybe, but the distributor was supposed to. They're gonna check with the distributor. So I don't know if we get one, we'll give it to you. I know different flashlight manufacturers like ThruNight before when we demoed theirs, they give us a code. So if we get one, we will, but we don't know. Has Sharon ever refused point blank to follow you into a mine? Oh, there was one in Arizona that we went down and it was kind of caving in a little bit. And then she wanted to leave. And I said, well, that's good. And then I said, that's what you should always do. If you don't feel comfortable, you should turn around. And she did. So that was good. Smart of her. Any plans for a particular U.S. mine after COVID? Well, yeah, no, we don't have any plans. We don't know when the border's going to be open. It doesn't seem to be anytime soon. So, love your channel. You've inspired me to put together an edit of wreck prevention dive. I think wreck diving is some in the same vein.
Somebody keeps asking about your miner's pickaxe.
What did they ask?
What have you done with your miner's pickaxe?
We've got a whole bunch of them in the museum. So we restored some of them, painted some of them, sandblasted them, left some of them rusty. Yeah, we got a whole pile of them. Catherine says, we're really grateful that you take the time in some videos to show how you guys carry an oxygen detector when you go to mines. So we're going to do, I don't know when, we want to do a show of all our safety equipment, the ropes and lights and oxygen monitor and all these different things. One of these days we're going to do that. Are you planning for a collaboration with other YouTube explorers? Well, we just did a couple with Adam and Cheyenne of Adventures or Us. It was kind of cool. So they showed us some mines just a couple weeks ago. The Caroline and Emancipation. She always laughs because I can't say it. What? What's it called?
Emancipation.
Emancipation? I was thinking constipation.
Mm-hmm.
Emancipation. No. Have you talked to the living in a ghost town guy? We tried to, but he won't talk to us. We've left messages. Have you ever been stuck or trapped in a mine? Any particular sketchy moments? No, we haven't. Not much, I don't think.
It's always sketchy. That's my.
Sometimes it's just a little bit of loose rock, kind of, comes down on you, but you can usually get out pretty quick.
Somebody's asking about Northern Nevada.
Yeah, we'll be going into Nevada maybe sooner rather than later. We have something on the go that we can't talk about. Maybe we might be going pretty soon. Can't talk about it though. So, that's so the other thing that we couldn't talk about is so we have a TV show that's coming out. It's not our TV show, but no, Sharon's not in it either. But it's really getting whittled down to the rest of the story. Yeah, it's called this brand new show on history called Backroad Truckers, and the first show is going to be out on the 4th of March, and I will be on the 3rd episode. So I'm not sure what date that is. It'll be around 3rd of March. And we take them guys into an underground mine. We get a mine cart out of the mine and restore it to the museum. So kind of my television debut, I guess. Sharon should start a channel for outtakes and stills. Oh no, I don't need any competition. That's how we suck you guys to watch our videos. We put her pictures on the back of the video, right? So, well, I'm surprised the Ghost Town guy hasn't responded. Well, I mean, he's got 800,000 subscribers in less than a year. He's getting 500,000 subscribers per show. I bet he's making 50,000 American a month on his channel.
That's bad.
Sharon versus Mr. M. Oh, she could kick his ass like any day. Yeah. I'd put my money on Sharon. Especially in the balls department. No, Sharon doesn't have any balls. Yeah, Sharon wins. Sharon versus Mr. Rogers. Oh no, that's his partner. uh, when COVID restrictions are lifted, my wife had come to visit your museum. Any places, any places we could stay by nearby? Yeah, I mean there's motels in Grand Forks, and if you're an American, it costs virtually nothing.
Ever lost power and felt your way out?
No, I've never been that stupid. Close though. Yeah, there's a couple. Well, the thing with those FedEx lights, they got 5 settings. So when you start running out of power, they just go to the lowest setting. So, um, yeah, then they don't use much power, but it doesn't give you out much light either. So, Brent only does one show a week. Yeah, we generally do too. So, well, then I guess getting a little carried away. 2 this week with this live show now. Sharon and Mr. M should do a collaboration video. Ain't happened. She's vetoed that idea. Do you or Sharon play any instruments? No. I can't even run my computer, never mind an instrument.
That's true.
Sharon mostly does that. You ever drop a camera down on mine? Yeah, we had a GoPro that, we'll make a video of it soon. We had a GoPro, we were on kayaks in a flooded mine, and we're pulling the kayak out, and the GoPro fell down. So then we got this diver to go, well, we don't tell you too much. We got this diver to go down to get this camera.
And we forgot a camera down and had to go back down and get a camera.
Oh yeah, that happened too, yeah. Yeah, we forgot a camera down the bottom of the light shop and had to go back next day and get it.
How many lights do you take?
Well, what you do is you take a light, you take a backup light, and a backup for your backup. So you should have 3 each, and then plus you got lights on your cameras and maybe your cell phone or whatever. So quite a few.
Have you ever dug your way into a portal?
Oh yeah, in and out. Yeah, yeah, we've done a bunch of those up at Phoenix and different places. We dug in and out of different portals.
Somebody has never seen snow.
Really, look in your freezer. It's the same stuff. It's just frozen water. It's overrated. Mash the thumbs up, bitches. Help those folks out and share the channel on Ghost Town's Living Channel. Yeah, go on Ghost Town Living Channel and make a bunch of comments about us. Say, hey, you guys are a bunch of weenies. You should see these guys. Have you ever looked back after leaving a mine and thought I shouldn't have done that? Yeah, we did. So
always.
We the one in Weimar, that Yankee boy, I said to Sharon, no, I shouldn't have taken you to that. I'm sorry that we won't be doing that kind of stuff again. So, what's the most exciting thing you wish you could find in a mine? I don't know. That would be, what a shameless plug. I don't know. I mean, that's kind of the exciting thing about going to mines, finding stuff they hadn't expected, the surprise of it. I guess if you knew what was going to be there, it wouldn't be too exciting, I think. What if you got to go if you're deep underground? Then you go. It's just that simple. Yeah. I'd wish for gold. It's true. Ghost Town is a wiener compared to y'all. Really, I guess, it's a pretty cool story because everybody, you look at there and you think, oh, wouldn't that be cool? I wish I had my own town and I would do this and do that. For one thing, I know, especially about rebuilding a bunch of stuff. He says, why doesn't he get a hoe? He needs some equipment or something and do some work. I mean, I don't know. I guess, yeah, it's kind of has some allure to it. I get that part of it, but frankly, the mines and stuff there are not that exciting. It does kind of a cool job. I think his video works good. Does a nice job on the production and stuff, and those drone stuff, and so it's all right. I think it would be fun to be there, but the town. The town's just the town. So
thank you.
Hey, thank you, Rick, for the $10. We'll put it to good use.
You answered a comment of mine on Gly's channel. Now he ignores me.
Yeah, well, so I'll tell you a little bit about Gly. So when I first met him, he had 500 subscribers, and I went down there and I plugged him on my channel. Now he's got 100,000 a year later. So I don't know. It probably, I'm sure he's grateful for all the help that I've done. But you know, so I don't think anyone should bitch too much if we got a little bit of free advertising on his channel. Yeah. Have you seen the reality TV series Ghost Mine, and what are your thoughts? I have not seen that one. I saw one called Reclaimed, which well, that wasn't too bad, but kind of a lot of bullshit. But it's TV, right? So what do you expect? Greetings from Russia. Greetings, comrade. They say, right? Hope that wasn't an insult. Yeah, they got Russia's got some cool mines. Got big salt mines up north of here. But no, there's big mines in Russia. We've seen some really cool stuff. It'd be cool, but I don't know. That's probably not one place I'd really like to go just because of the political climate. You can get in some trouble there, and yeah, that's not a place I'd want to go in the gulag there for trespassing. Happy to see you find that carbide lamp. Yeah, we got some cool carbide lamps. Do you know you're going to blow up YouTube, or is it just for fun? I wasn't going to blow up anything on YouTube. No.
Did you
I meant to
get
watch.
popular?
I'll get popular. Yeah, well, I was hoping. Actually, the only reason I started doing stuff on YouTube is I thought, well, the TV people on Discovery see this and they put us on TV because it's way more interesting in what they're doing. But it hasn't happened after 6 years. So I hold my breath. Ghost towns and gold trails. Yeah, no, that's interesting. So the interview that nobody really watched it much. So we did that interview with Hal in Sandon a couple of weeks ago. I thought it was really cool. It's a fascinating guy to talk to. And it was likely in that same style, but people weren't really that interested in that. They're more interested in seeing, I don't know, treasures we find in mines, I guess. What drives you to explore the history of the adrenaline? Both. It's like people that go mining for gold and whatever. They're into panning and stuff. They enjoy going and searching for gold. We love looking for artifacts and having the museum and bringing them here and show people all this stuff. When people come to the museum, it's just great to see the look on their faces and explain to them and show that. So that's what we really kind of enjoy, looking for artifacts that we can restore and fix up the museum and show the people in the museum. That's what we kind of get out of it. We enjoy, and also it's pretty exciting seeing stuff too. So Frank thinks the schnoz is OTT. I'm not sure what OTT is, but yeah, over the top. I wouldn't have designed it that way. Put it that way. Yeah, but we're not. We're not. We actually looked at something. I did Googled a power ascenders, and we actually talked to a guy this morning. And there's a machine that's about 30 pounds, and it's just like a big motor, really. And then you stick it on, and you can go up and down on this thing. It would work way better than that. Problem is, they're $40,000, right? But I would expect that probably you're going to get one of those power ascenders. There's a bunch of manufacturers of them. Probably get them in China for a couple $100 in a few years, I would think, and then you just clip it on your belt, have the safety line, go up and down with that. Einstein once said in one of his great quotes is, "Things should be as simple as possible, but no simpler." So that's what I would say about the schnozzlator. I guess I think it's too complicated, and um, the one thing that's good about it is they're able to place um, uh, place the rope over the middle of the shaft going down. I think that's a tremendous advantage because you're not knocking the loose stuff off, and you don't have the wear and tear maybe on the rope or whatever. But there's a lot simpler ways of doing that than that. So yeah, gonna make your own schnoz. No, it's too complicated. What we would probably do is just make a kind of an A-frame like that would go on a side by side. That would just be like if you imagine a wrecker. Remember wrecker in the old days where they had that arch in the back on the winch. So if you had that on your side by side, you could put that over the middle of the hole and just adjust that, and then put your rigging on there and go down from there. I think that'd be much better, personally. But whatever. Everyone has their own preferences. If they like that, then good for them. From England, enjoy your videos. can I ask how often you need to use a shotgun while down on a mine? We've never used a shotgun. We were down in Antioch, so there were lots of bears everywhere. We're in the beach and all over the place, and we're in really thick bush there. So Kevin just brought the shotgun along because he thought, well, maybe we might run into a bear. We never did. Didn't have to use it. So
What's the oldest mine you've explored?
the oldest mine we explored is in Mexico, about 500 years old in Zacatecas. They're pretty small mines because they didn't have the explosives and the air drills and all that kind of stuff. They're not that exciting, really. So you could show that. So to winch up and down. Okay, well, winches are not made for carrying people up and down. If something goes wrong with a winch, you'll end up killing yourself, right? It's not something to mess around with. They're not designed for that. The system that we have is far safer. The only difference is a little bit more work, right? So any kind of a system where you have someone winching you up and down, if you got caught on something, they would just rip you to pieces or whatever. There's lots of these things you got to think about, different problems that you can have. The power centers are made. The person going up and down controls the ascent, another line, which is quite a bit safer. So, do you ever make sure your shells are still fresh? Talking about the shotgun, I guess. I don't know. I got shotguns and stuff too, but I got a much old shell. I don't care. Come on, everyone, give a gift. It'll help Frank and Sharon buy better cameras and equipment. Yeah, no, we appreciate that, but really, we get a fair bit of our funding from YouTube. I mean, you guys watch our videos and share them or whatever. We really appreciate that, and it kind of helps. We're not making a whole pile of money on it, but it pays our expenses. So we get to do something we really enjoy doing, and it doesn't cost us a lot of money. So we're grateful for that. Who does your editing? I do it all myself. And you're going to ask what editing software I use. Movie Maker 8. So probably the most crudest thing you can use, but kind of stupid on computers, and works good for me. Where are your most viewers from? From the United States. So I think around 69% or something like that are from America. If you drop a video till you don't, it's passion and true curiosity. Huh? What animals do you have now? I don't have any animals, so we're just able to come and go as we please. We live on 25 acres. We just cut hay and sell hay to people that have horses, cows, stuff like that. Based on your knowledge about Klondike silver, is a wise investment or a scam? Thanks from Vancouver Island. I would say, well, first of all, it's not a producing silver mine. It's not likely to produce silver anytime soon. What it is kind of like a lottery ticket. So if the price of silver keeps going up, they could do some exploration, and it could be very profitable, but not now. So so that's why it's a penny stock, and it's a gamble. So that's what I would say about it. So I don't own any shares in them. If that helps you, I don't know. I'm not saying that you should or shouldn't invest in them. But what we've tried to do with the videos that we've released and stuff about it is to educate you guys, and you can make that decision. What's the cook making for dinner? You're not invited, so what do you care? Texans love watching your show. Thanks. Long term, yes. Get rich, no. No beer today. It's early. So I've got actually, I'll tell you, I have a bunch of shares. There's only one operating silver mine in Canada. It's called Lexa in Keno Hill. We're up there, a pretty big operation, and they just started ramping up and they're producing a fair bit of silver. So the other thing is, with all this COVID and our economy is pretty unsafe. Price of silver's gone up, gold's gone up more than silver, but people, when the economy is unsafe and unstable, they buy these things because it's safer than having paper money. So I think I don't know. I like that company, so I bought a whole bunch of shares in that company. So I think you should buy it because it would make my shares go up, right? How do you keep in shape? Mine shape is round to shape. No, we walk quite a bit in the wintertime, and of course we're exploring mines and hiking for a bit of stuff. And do kayak and stuff. We don't ever go to a gym or nothing like that. You ever want to buy a mine because it was so cool? Yeah, I would love to have a mine, just kind of pull around in and stuff. But make no delusions. I mean, there's no quick, easy money to be made by owning a mine. So any artifact that you wish you could have brought home but you couldn't. Oh yeah, lots of them. Electric locomotive. That's what I want. That's on my wish list. So. Meeker Extreme from one tuber to another. Love the show. Well, thank you, sir. I appreciate that. And you get a free plug there. You can Google Meeker Extreme if you like. Probably get $20 worth of advertising out of that, right? Dan Hurt is trying to catch up again in the beard department. Oh, did he cut his beard off? Yeah. Takes a certain amount of breed of. So Dan Hurt is a he mostly just makes money selling worthless crimes. That's what I would say. It takes a certain breed of bravery to scale up those insane ladders. How scary do they get? Oh, when you're going up, it's not bad. It's only when they break and you fall that is scary. All kidding aside, you should never trust those rotten ladders. We have a bunch of short pieces of strapping, so if we go up crappy ladders like that, we can tie ourselves up as they're going up. And if they fell, then yeah. Frank, he had open heart surgery. Oh,
so they cut it off. They cut his beard off.
Oh, sorry, I didn't know that. Yeah, I don't follow his channel. So, don't you have a wooden ore car in the museum? We do have a wooden ore car. It was drawn by mules, and we were just in Phoenix the other day, and we got more accessories for it. So I'm showing you some other stuff that we're going to put on it. In Phoenix, there's 10 of those in a row, old rusted, mostly all wooden ore cars from around 1900 or so, I guess. All right, so I saw you drilling over the locomotive, so that, yeah. Yes, he's had a hard time. Well, sorry to hear that. I like your dwarf miner wallpaper in the back. So if you were watching the beginning of the show, we give a close up of Sneezy, Grumpy, and whoever else there. I used to follow his channel. He's healing up good though. So
somebody asked you how far down you've gone.
1,500 feet is the furthest I ever went down. It was in the Remac, I believe. Yeah, the Remac goes down 3,000 feet, but the bottom 1,500 feet go underneath the Pend Oreille River, and they're flooded, so you can only go down 1,500 feet. All right, so I don't worry about that. He was back to his mine and about fell off a cliff. So, yeah, so the other people that I went into that mine with went into one of his mines, the Blue. I don't know. It's a pretty small mine though. It's called the Blue something. Adam and Cheyenne went into it. They did a video, so I saw it the other day. Blue chip, blue chip mine. I think it's for sale at Hope there somewhere. He was back to his mine and about fell off a cliff. Have you already explored most of the mines in your geographic area? What happens when you run out? No, we have to travel a little further, but not too much. There's still lots of mines within a 2-hour trip from here. So the more interesting mines, the bigger mines, they take longer to explore and several different shows. So we're doing some of that. We can't tell you what mines they are, but yeah, there's some other ones to explore around here. Do you think the best thing is that you can find out of the collapsed mines if you dug it out? Collapsed parts of mines. There's been a bunch of we've dug and dug and dug and not got anywhere, so it's always hard to tell if you're going to get anywhere or not. Have you ever experienced an earthquake underground? No, I haven't. If your balls are titanium, what do balls the old timers do? I don't know. Rhetorical question. I got to go, y'all. Yep. See you later. Okay. Do you map every mine you explore? No, I tried to do some mapping in Phoenix. It's kind of difficult, and I'm not really sure what the purpose of it would necessarily be. Leave the little figurines of the 7 Dwarfs of Mines to show you've been there. So that's what I'm thinking. I should probably. I've got a card that we had a bunch of these cards made actually somewhere. So I thought, well, we just leave a card in a mine. Now we have actually. You guys might have seen them on some of the videos, but that's an old one. But yeah, the kind of like that. Yeah, that's a new one. Yeah. Oh, guess what? It's upside down, or it's inside out. I didn't know that. I suppose my T-shirt. It wouldn't say Explorer Mine Mountains either, would it? No. So it's there's a mirror image thing happening there.
You shut the mirror off.
Yeah. Well, on the other one we did it. It's a mirror image. Okay. Do you use topographic maps to find old mines? Mostly. Well, we've got a couple things. We've got a Montana GPS that we use that I got for Christmas. Sharon got for Christmas. So that's pretty cool. So we use that somewhat. Use Google Earth quite a bit. And then there's also a thing called MTOBC, and that tells you lots of cool stuff, where the boundaries of the mines are, and geographic coordinates. But mostly, you're exploring the backcountry. You see a huge waste rock pile, and there's a mine there. So that's why you can't really do much mine exploring in the wintertime, because you just can't see the waste rock pile, and you don't find all that kind of stuff. Were all the skulls found from Headley? Oh, I believe so. It's been a few years, and they weren't that hard to find, so they should have been all found, I would think.
This crossing to Alaska inconvenient as the continental 48, or is it more the Canadian authorities? We can't.
I don't know. I've never been in Alaska, so I'm understanding it's a little bit more laid back going in Alaska than it is going into the southern 48. What I hear, bit of a problem with guns and stuff. So yeah, they don't allow guns back and forth, I guess. Or I don't know, it's a house with guns, I've heard. Any mines that you can enter and then dive underwater and then come up dry cavern? No. None that I know of. That's more a cave thing. That's more common in caves. You don't usually see that in mines. And with the exception of the one that we kayaked into, I guess you could have done that, but it's freezing cold water, right? So usually you don't want to jump into that. How long does it take to edit an episode? Generally speaking, a day. So yeah, it usually takes a day to film something and a day to edit it. Sometimes up to 2 days. Depends. If you have GoPro and several other cameras and different things, it takes a little longer sometimes. But generally speaking, a day. What's your favorite mine that you've explored? Hard to say. There's probably Antioch's, Phoenix. Those two are probably two of my favorites. I combine mine and cave. Where did you kayak into? The Oro Donoro mine. We kayaked into the Oro Donoro, and also one in Ainsworth called Highlander. Went into that one. Now we may be doing more. We both have kayaks, so we do maybe more of that in the future. It's kind of fun to. We'd like to go back into the HB mine. There's some big flooded sections in there. We can maybe haul our kayaks into there. What mine has the most demand physically and mentally that you've explored? Antioch's is tough because you're having to hike upstream through a creek because it's really the bush is so thick up there. So having to wade upstream through a creek for a ways to get there, and it's just a huge mine, and you just spend so many hours hiking and stuff. So most mines you're pretty tired physically and mentally. That's why we don't spend more than about 7 or 8 hours a day underground if you're having to hike up and down and do the work. So yeah. Stefan or Stephanie Charbonneau. Sorry, I'm saying that wrong. I guess it's Stephanie, right? Love your work. Keep it up. I don't miss a video. Thank you.
It's Stefan.
It's weird that I find your videos relaxing. I think it's your voice. I know it puts lots of people to sleep, right? What's your original profession. Well, I didn't really work for anyone too much. I've been self-employed most of my life, so I had several sawmills, cattle ranching, that sort of thing. Do you have emergency plans while in a mine? Well, we're kind of working on that. So we have a spot tracker that doesn't work underground, but then we have the name of some of our friends and people we explore mines with. So if you had a problem, emergency, we could put emergency a call out to them. They would know where we are, and then hopefully they would show up with some ropes or something. So that's our plan. It's kind of a crude plan, but better than none, I guess. When did Sharon join the channel? I've forgotten. We've been together for a year and a half. So she's been, we started climbing together pretty much right away. What about a blow up raft? I don't have that much air. No, like the kayaks. The kayak's easier, right? Yeah, but it's pretty tough. You can drag it on some rocks. You're not gonna wreck it or nothing. So, thank you for your sweet videos. You're welcome. Stalker. LOL. So, yeah, guys. I don't know. Unless you guys got some more questions, I hope you enjoyed that little video. It's only about 5 minutes long that we did of the stationary engine we restored. We got more stuff. We like to have more and more stuff for a museum. We'll show you that stuff where people come in and fire machines up and see how they worked. It really gives you a better than just looking at a bunch of old rusty stuff. You can actually see how it works. So we're trying to share as much of history and how things actually work with people. So this summer we're going to build a tram and probably have it so gravity tram you could ride in it. So you can go in the one car and go to the next thing. That's our next goal, or a goal that we're planning on doing. So we're going to do that. Hopefully, find some more parts. Which?
Is unexploded dynamite a big fear? And
we don't worry about it as much as we should, I guess. When you look at it, as long as you don't touch it, it's unstable. So we found a bunch lately. See a half a case or something. If you see beaded crystals on the outside of it, you definitely don't want to touch it. So it's unstable. But other than that, we never had anything blow up. That we didn't stick a blasting cap on. So.
Did you form the musical group? Had it?
No. They're just they don't live they live maybe an hour away from us, and they're a punk thing, and they just asked us. They said they have a band called the Audits, and they had some music that we could use, so we used it for our title and stuff. So that was kind of pretty cool then to do that. So yeah, the most dangerous animal we've ever encountered in a cave. None actually. A rat, I guess. No, nothing dangerous. We saw one time there was in a mine, and it looked like there was a bear there in the wintertime because it was a big round kind of bed, and it kind of stunk a little bit in there. But he was probably sleeping there in the wintertime, and he wasn't there when we were there, so we didn't see them in there. So the most valuable thing in a mine was probably those jeans we got in Arizona.
Your next video.
The next video next week we'll be going to up the Sandon, and we're going to Klondike Silver mine. It's really cool. Not the Carnation, the Savannah mine. So it's about a 5 mile long ore body, big silver mine. I can't remember how much silver come out of there, like a huge amount. I don't know, $200 million of silver that come out of there in the last 100 some odd years. They're a really cool mine that they haven't mined there since the 90s, but they've restored the whole thing, and it was a bunch of all the original equipment and everything still there. It's pretty cool mine to check out. And ever slip and slide down the incline? Yeah, a little bit. So it's in Sandon, BC. So join us for that next week. We'll be going back into the Savannah. If you like mining equipment, all kinds of cool stuff, you'll see that. What kind of impact do you have to make with your show? Do you feel preserve history by taking people underground virtually? We don't take that many people underground. We're better to preserve
virtually. So they're
well,
watching the videos.
Yeah, that's right. I guess it's a combination between because a lot of these mines, pretty soon you won't be able to get underground, or eventually you won't be able to get underground. So for years from now, if someone can, say, well, they hear about the mine, they're kind of interested in the history of it, and if they can see what's actually underground without having to go under there, I think that's pretty cool. It's like we would love to be able to see some videos of old miners working these old mines and stuff. Of course, there's no such, they're not, they don't exist, but yeah, that kind of stuff. So museum address is if you just Google exploring abandoned mines, Grand Forks, it'll come up on Google, and there's a map there. So nope, we didn't keep in jeans. So all right, there's no cell phone reception on mine. No, you need GPS for that. So yeah. All right, thanks for joining us, everyone. I enjoyed talking to you guys, and we will be back in the States at some point. But the COVID thing's got to kind of end first. So good night, everyone. Thanks for joining us. Bye.